Thank you so much, Shodi. Let me take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank the chairperson of the Portfolio Committee in Gauteng, Mr. John Pisi, and the entire delegation that comes from the Portfolio Committee. I'm truly humbled that you are here, because this is what we do daily, to account to you and to work with you to achieve our goals. And maybe apologize to everyone that I'm joining you now, because the same John Pisi summoned me 2 days ago about a problem in Alexander. And I wanted to give him feedback when I meet him today. So there was no way that I could not start there and give feedback. So apologies that I'm joining you late. But it's a very important activity that I respect, and also need to accept that we also account somewhere as well as the department. Let me thank the entire delegation that is coming from the National Department of Basic Education, led here by the DG. Thank you so much, DG, for the presentation. We'll all agree that you are quite comfortable that the leadership of education in this country is in safe hands with the caliber of the input that you've just given us. At least when we know where we are going, we are safe. It's only when the institution does not know where it's going that we find we have problems. All our guests, honored guests, especially those that are making presentations representing various institutions, the academics that are here, we are truly, truly humbled that you have decided to come here and spend your day or days with us. Our strategic partners within the school governing fraternity, the teaching fraternity, the learner component, as well as those that have chosen education as their terrain of operation. Here specifically, I'm talking about the religious leaders who tirelessly give us support at all times when we have these events and the work that they do within our schooling environment. Honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, we are of the view as the Department of Basic Education in Gauteng that collective wisdom supersedes individual wisdom. That is only when we are together that we can be in a position to shape the future of our country and pave the way for an inclusive education system that will not discriminate on the basis of race, language, and other unnecessary or unwanted discriminatory methods. We are proud that today we feel it's very important that we call all of you to converge here to assist us to shape the way forward for the caliber of education that we need within our province and by extension for our country. You might be aware that this year has been correctly named as the year of Oliver Reginald Tambo, a teacher, a leader, a father for our liberation, but above all, somebody that paid for the transformation of our country to build a non-racial South Africa. We want to take this advantage of the year of Oliver Reginald Tambo to finalize outstanding matters that we believe are very important for us to take education forward. We'll share with you some of those ideas and request your input in some of the areas that we believe alone as a department we cannot contribute. But what is very important, good people, is that this year marks a very important calendar activity in the history of our country when the ruling party goes for a policy conference. It is at this policy conference that we'll refine the policies that affect education, and therefore we believe this is an opportunity to tap into our knowledge so that you can assist us and those that will be representing various sectors in this policy conference to carry your ideas and to carry your mandate. You will see from the agenda that we have picked up on 3 or 4 critical areas where we need your intervention. 1 being curriculum, 2 being teacher development, 3 being ICT in education, and the last part being the support component that is characterized by inclusive education and matters that are related to the independent schooling, the homeschooling, and other issues that contribute to our education system. I must confess that we hold very strong views on some of these issues. But we don't want our strong views to be to be overshadowed, and we leave out those that participate in this terrain for them to be given an opportunity to contribute to their ideas. That is why you will see from the panel of people that have invited to give their inputs, these are experts of these fields, and we need them to assist us to move with the issues that we want to move with. Let me put it this way. I've said it many times, and I want to say it today, that our education system remains an Irish coffee. Black at the bottom, white on top, with the sprinkles of chocolate. Until we convert it from an Irish coffee to a South African coffee, we are all in trouble. We'll never be free until the poor are free. And the only thing that poor people request from this government and all of us is quality education for their own children so that their children can take them out of poverty and homelessness. If we can't provide quality education to their children, they believe that we have failed. I'm saying this that I've just came back, and thanks to the team that accompanied us, to those children that perished, sadly so, in that cruel Bronkhorstspruit car accident. I visited each and every family of the 20 families. Almost all of them didn't have access to water. Almost all of them were going through some form of poverty. Almost all of them, they didn't have any learner that have reached matric or beyond. But what consoled me was that all of them were receiving a social grant of almost 1,700, but they were spending 900 rand of that 1,700 on the education of their children. So the poor have identified education as the gateway out of poverty. And therefore, we need to find a mechanism of not disappointing them and giving all the necessary resources that they need to get out of poverty. It was indeed a sad day in the history of our country when we lost those 18 kids. And we'll forever remember them as people that need to motivate us to move faster with the transformation of our education system. If there is a posture that we want to take in Gauteng, is a posture that is called the Fourth Industrial Revolution. That we want to take our education system to participate, but also to be at the center of the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Majority of people always ask me, what is this Fourth Industrial Revolution? And in simple terms, it's a world of coding, it's a world of robots, it's a world of drones, it's a world of driverless cars. Are we ready as a society? Remember, we are at the center of what we call the economic hub of our country. So if we can't move with the Fourth Industrial Revolution, we risk the danger of surrendering that strategic center that we have being the hub of the economy of our country. As a country, you might be aware, we are now standing behind Nigeria and Egypt, and we are not willing to surrender our position as the economic hub of the country as Gauteng. This means we need to invest in our teacher development, we need to invest in our infrastructure, we need to invest in our learner support, and most importantly, we need to refine our curriculum to respond to these challenges. I'm quite excited when I saw the presentation by the DG that put the three-stream form of education within our education system. That's the way to go. And I'm quite excited that the DG himself is requesting our curriculum team to think outside the box. We can't be a country of consumers forever. We are buying everything from everyone except ourselves. We are buying cars that are made in Germany. We are buying television sets that are made in China. We are buying our ICT equipment that are made in South Korea. We are buying everything that is made outside purely because we've been a country of consumers rather than a country of the innovators. The fourth industrial revolution, therefore, calls upon us to start to reverse that trend. As the DG has indicated, we just met the Minister of Education from Finland, and I was excited when she said to me, MEC, I'm told you had an interest in ICT. I want to share this thing with you. That as Finland, they've introduced the subject coding at grade 5. And I can assure you, our curriculum expert, where they are in Gauteng or in the province or nationally, coding is not even yet a dream. Whereas the world that you are entering is a world of coding. The chair that you sit in your house watching television is coded for it to slide or not to slide. The gate at your door, the remote that you are pressing is about coding. Can we afford as a country, if we want to compete with the best in the world, not to be introduce coding within our curriculum, and request our team to assist us to deal with these issues? Ladies and gentlemen, you will see today we are exposing ourselves and are going to present various information that was not in the public domain about our investment in ICT in education. We are doing this with one thing in mind: for us to be criticized, for us to develop partnership with those that believe that we are in the right track, but to also to get counsel and advice so that we can improve on this important aspect. We are excited that the narrative has changed. When we planted the idea of ICT in education, the first confrontation that we faced from both the opposition and those that didn't agree with us was to say, this is a dream that will never work. Now the narrative is about stealing, about other things. It's not about that it's working. And we accept that for every goalpost that we pass, there will be many goalposts that we need to cross. This morning, as I said, I was at Alexander High School, a school that we've just twinned with another school in Sentin, and I was in a grade 12 class, and I had this physical science teacher who said to me, MEC, thank you for sharing this vision of ICT in education. There is a good teacher that is in Sundown who knows this component of physical science, and I'm struggling with that component. What we have done, we have recorded that teacher. We have just placed that teacher in the smart board in the 3 physical classes, and that teacher, even though that teacher is based in Sundown, is teaching us here in Alexander. What it means, good people, is that the best are no longer reserved for the rich. That even those that never have access to quality educators, they can have access to quality educators now. So our slogan, it's very clear. It's one learner, one tablet, one teacher, one laptop, one classroom, one smart board to build the future of Gauteng. So today is exactly 2 years that we have introduced this form of education in Gauteng, and we are requesting you, as stakeholders within the education system, we are opening ourselves for criticism. We are opening ourselves for ideas. We are opening ourselves for building the future. Feel free to give input and feel free to criticize us so that we can build it. But let me tell you, if you think we are going to go back to the chalkboard, I can tell you, the next time you want a chalkboard, go to a museum, don't come to our schools. If you think you are going to go back to the days of chalk and duster, please don't even open that debate and that discussions. Yes, the chalkboard, the dust and the chalk has brought us thus far. But when we enter the fourth industrial revolution era, we need new tools. And we believe we need to invest in those new tools. And the most form of investment is our educators. Doctor, I'm happy that majority of our teachers are happy. But we need to do more. And I'm quite excited that the Director General is here. DG, I said this on day one when I had the honor to be appointed to lead education in this province. Until we check the condition of employment of all our educators, we are not going to move the education system where we want to take it. Township education system can be a training center for those that are rich that can just come and pouch the best and leave the West. Township education system cannot be overburdened by those that are excluded elsewhere. They have to come back only to be included in the township education system. Township education system is going through difficulties, and the sooner we respond to those challenges, the better. Those that have the financial resources will do everything to take us to court to stop that transformation agenda. And I said it, I want to say it. And I know I've got a very good relationship with all the SGBs. Take us to court, we are equal to the task. It does not mean that when you apply to a court, the mere fact that you went to the court first, it means you've got an advantage. Our judicial system is equal, and it represents everyone that lives in this country. So we want to plead with everyone that is here that we need to prioritize teacher development, we need to prioritize transformation, we need to provide all the relevant support and tools that we need to ensure that our education system survives. Indeed, there will be challenges and limitations. Indeed, there will be those that will agree with us and those that don't agree with us. Indeed, there will be those that don't care as long as their children can get quality education. And we're excited, DG, and I want to share these statistics with you. As part of our hard work to ensure that majority of our children must be provided with quality education, as Gauteng alone this year, DG, our matric class, last year we had 39,000 learners that chose maths. This year we are fielding 54,885 learners that are choosing maths as the way to go. It's a risk, but it's a risk that we are prepared to take in Gauteng. We don't want to be number one at all costs. We want to be number one with quality. We don't want to be number one at all costs. We want to be number one because we are the economic hub of the country. We want to be number one with learners that will provide the necessary skills that our economy needs. We don't want to contribute to unemployment. We want to contribute to creativity, innovation, and above all, we want to contribute to the economy of our country. So we are proud that this year, from 39,000 learners that took physical science, we are presenting 43,657 learners to write matric and to do physical science. What it means we must have the best teachers. It means that we must have the best facilities. It means that we must ensure at all costs that all the relevant resources are available to all our teachers. And I'm proud, and I want to thank the HOD of the department, the leadership of the department. We might take some of these things as small things, but they're very important. DGs here will tell you. We are proud in Gauteng. There's no single classroom that does not have a teacher in front of those learners. You might take it as a small thing, go to other provinces, is the biggest thing that is in. We are proud as this province that we've presented the right teacher with the right qualification in the right class. because that's where we need to start to provide all the relevant support that we need. HOD, I'm still worried, but anyway, the chairperson of the portfolio committee said to me, we will get it right one day, MEC, don't worry. I'm still worried. It's not wrong, and I'm glad there's a debate about mathematics. I'm still worried that those that are taking the mathematics with a surname has increased from 69,812 to 75,651. But the good thing about this mathematics with a surname is that previously there will be no single learner that will take any form of mathematics. So it's not a negative thing that you've got learners that are taking maths with a surname at this highest number. But with the vision that we share, with the ideas that we share, we need quality in our province and need to accept. There are 3 schools that still hurts me big time. DG. These are our technical schools. In all the subjects that they wrote last year, all the subjects that they wrote, DG, drawing, engineering, all these technical subjects, they've not scored less than 85%. All the learners failed maths, all of them. So the introduction of technical maths is a very important component, good people. But are we investing in the relevant resources so that when we debate matters of maths, it must not be about maths only, but it must be about the entire family of maths within the system. I'm hopeful that those that are going to assist us to participate in this debate will do so that we can deal with the issues that we want to attend to. So our approach is simple, good people. We've got what we call STEAM in Gauteng as the philosophy that you are following, especially inspired by countries like South Korea, that in Gauteng, in following this particular philosophy, we are hopeful that we're going to position this province appropriately and correctly. Let me come to 2 issues that I really want to deposit for debate and discussion. And I know I've seen members of the various SGBs that are here. I know they're going to differ with me, but we want to put it this way. We don't have the financial muscle to remedy some of the issues that the DG has raised. That in determining quality education, there are 5 points that they've raised that include access, efficiency, quality, and all those things that we need to eliminate. One of the things that I'm very passionate with, and I want to emphasize this, passionate with, is our ability to promote social cohesion. Non-racialism is non-negotiable. We must ensure that at all levels, the education system must not resemble the previous apartheid system. And we must do this collectively, in a participatory manner, because if we don't do it, and I've got friends that are coming from EFF here, they're part of the committee, and thanks, Member Zimba. If we don't do it, there are elements that will do it recklessly and affect all of us. I'm not saying we're doing it recklessly, EFF. Yes. I'm not saying we're doing it recklessly. So to me, good people, to me, to still have schools that will refuse to have the flag of the country being part of their school uniform hurts me big time. To me, to have schools that still resist the singing of the national anthem hurts me big time. To me, to have schools that believe their resources are only their resources only, don't belong to other people that are poor, hurts me big time. To people that still believe the name of a school, Hendrik Verwoerd, is still relevant in this era, hurts me big time. And those that also believe that a single medium school that have only one medium so that it can exclude other people that are closer to that particular school will continue to hurt me big time. The sooner we open up in an appropriate, responsible way, the better. So that is why I'm proud and I want to thank these schools. 7 schools to be precise, that said, MEC will take this route regardless of the pain of this particular route. These 7 pairs of schools have been twinned, DG. Teachers of School A in Sandton can go and teach in Alexander High. Learners in Beauvais can go and use playing fields in Lyndhurst. We've now joined learners of Don Park and Reiger Park. This is how, Sanwat Park and Reiger, this is how we build a non-racial society. But what saddens me, DG, I received a letter from an association representing all African-speaking schools and say, we don't want to be part of non-racialism. So, I believe in one thing, good people. We'll persuade and persuade and persuade. We'll persuade and persuade and persuade. Because my view is simple, good people. I want us to remove all these historical problems so that we can focus on the core, which is teaching. We must not be dragged back by those that believe they are denied education because of the color of their skin. But must also accept the fears of those that are refusing to open their schools because they've seen other schools, when you open them, something bad happens there. There's disrespect, the quality goes down. So we must understand fears from both sides. But what is at the center, which is non-negotiable with me, is that non-racialism is the future. You can't postpone it. You can postpone it now, but you can't postpone it to children that are coming who will want us to respond to these issues. This brings me to the issue of homeschooling. We have deliberately put it on the agenda as GBs. Let's debate this matter. It's part of our education system. We accept that there are other parents that will want to teach their own children at home. It's their constitutional right. But we are part of a broader society, and children must know other children's cultures, and children must play with other children as well. So, we are contributing this debate in this discussion, in this forum, to say the sudden increase of parents that believe homeschooling is the future. Is it indeed an appropriate decision, or is another way of avoiding integration and non-racialism within our education system? From the word go, and I've said it to the DG, and I differed sharply with the minister on this part. From the word go, we are saying homeschooling is part of our schooling system. But you can't move children from the schooling environment and then take them to a certain tutorial center to be taught by other people that wants to be part of our independent system. We are double dipping in the system and are making things difficult for us. Do we have to have the capacity as the department to monitor this institution utilizing our own resources, or we must find a way of getting resources out of the same parents if they choose the homeschooling system. So the issue of the homeschooling system is a very important debate that wants to engage with you, good people. We are open-minded. We are not coming here with final decisions. We are not coming here with preconceived ideas. We are opening a debate that we believe is a very important debate for this province. And I hope those that will be part of this debate will share the numbers and the figures. It is worrying, good people. It is worrying. We also want to contribute to a debate. It's not here, but it's part of the processes that we want to contribute to. And all the presentations that have been made here direct us to that direction. There is an urgent need for the country to have an independent National Examination Council to manage all the exams that are taking place in our country and to assist us to be credible in the eyes of the world. Because the current assessment makes us to be accused to be a player and a referee at the same time. We need to ensure that we've got an independent council that can manage this debate. But within that council, we want to contribute to this debate, good people. And DG, don't fight us, but it's part of the debates that we are taking to the policy conference. Can the country afford an education system of the rich, called IEB, and an education system of the poor, called the National Senior Certificate? We believe should be one examination for all our learners who belong to this country. That's our debate. So we are taking this debate to the policy conference, and we are also calling on the national departments to move with speed for the establishment of the National Examination Council, so that this debate about the two stream of assessment that we have currently can be part of the rollout and the debate and the discussions that we are taking on this matter, DG. Ladies and gentlemen, we are also depositing a very important aspect. And in the absence of guidelines, we are hopeful that the national department will support us in this thing. DG, we have flagged here what you say is the quality of education and what needs to be achieved to say there is quality education. In Gauteng, and I know I differ with Member Ngugu on this one, we are introducing something that we're saying we are ranking all our schools using a 5-slate method to determine whether a school is excellent or it's bad. So all our schools are going to be ranked because we have made meaningful progress in township education in some of our schools. But purely because they are located in the wrong area, no one wants to know whether they are good or bad. And there are some parents that are taking their children in other school purely because they love the school uniform of that school. It looks like a brass band. There's nothing about tangible education matters that we need to put there. So we are depositing this debate, DG, that using the 11 points within our whole school evaluation and the 7 critical one in particular, we are going to rank all our schools so that as a parent, if you want to enroll your child at a certain school, you must be influenced by academic outcomes, not the hearsay of neighbors. Because in most instances, people choose schools using wrong signals. No, children from that school speak English through their noses. I want my child to go to that particular. So we are contributing to this debate. And we want you to assist us to enhance, but above all, to promote quality. We don't want, when we intervene within the education system, to move it to the level of efficiency and quality that the DG is saying. We have a one-glove-fits-all approach. We want the school that is at the bottom, we must work very hard for it to go to 0.4. The one that is at 0.4 to go to 0.3. So it must be intervention that is influenced by the outcome and the positioning of that particular school. And we've taken a risk, DG and chair of the portfolio committee. This part, this component, is now officially part of my performance contract with the Premier of this province, because I trust we can achieve this particular goal. It's a very important intervention to change the landscape of education in our province. DG, we are proud in Gauteng. Last year alone, we opened 18 new schools for learners with special needs, in particular autism. We must not overlook this important intervention. It's a very important sector of our education system. So we want to commit ourselves and want to deposit this debate that you can't have a waiting list of 5 years for somebody to go to a school of autism. Actually, these learners deserve more access than any other learner, because it's only through education that they can survive in life. So our investment to open more schools in the township to care for learners with special needs should be a process that must be accelerated. And that is why today we are depositing our ideas to you as a sector to say, assist us to accelerate. Ladies and gentlemen, it's no longer a privilege not to have therapists in our schools. It's I thought my voice is gone because I've been shouting Moroka Swallows without winning. So, sure. Yeah. I'm advised I must wrap up, so let me wrap up. Ladies and gentlemen, honest guests, the agenda of schools of special needs is a very important agenda. It's an agenda that must not be limited by resources. And it must not be an agenda that must get resources after everyone has got resources. Actually, they must be the first one to tap at the resources. And that's the approach that we are taking in Gauteng. But there's one element, DG, that we need your assistance. The most difficult pain of learners with special needs is the lack of scholar transport to support these learners. So we want to deposit that idea, and hopefully we'll lobby the National Department to assist us to ensure that we provide the relevant assistance in this regard. I want to conclude with something that I regard as a very good story for our province. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine a school with a free Wi-Fi. Imagine a school that has sporting facilities. Imagine a school in the middle of a township that is a laboratory at a primary school. Imagine a school that has the library, media center, offices for teachers and HODs and principals. Imagine a school that is surrounded by CCTVs. Imagine a school that can take advantage of the sun. Imagine a school that even when the municipality switches off water, that school can continue to operate. And you must stop imagining. We are opening those kind of schools, one every month until 2019. In the middle of townships. And this is a very important investment that you must be proud of. So I want to thank our social partners, especially the Department of DID, the National Department with their grant that they're giving us, but also the team that is working in Gauteng. They know it's a team that I punish every day. But you own, in my home language, but it, so they must not think that I don't appreciate their work, HOD. But we appreciate their work, but they must ensure that we deliver these quality things. So our target is very simple, HOD. You can't have learners that come from an informal settlement go to a school in an informal school. So we have now quarantined all our mobile schools. We've made the budget requirements to Treasury. Hopefully when they approve that Treasury, by the time one leaves this department in 2019, there will be no single mobile school, but we'll have beautiful schools in our province. And that's the future, and that's how we want to deal with these issues. So I want to thank you for coming here. Appreciate those that have given themselves time to make presentations. And further appreciate the organizers of this event. And conclude by saying to you, good people, we need nothing from you but your ideas. And we are selfish with your ideas because we believe collectively we can take education where we want to take it. And where do you want to take this education? We just want quality education in our lifetime. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time. I really appreciate it.